Welcome back for another episode with Foxbrook Ventures LLC. We are going to be discussing how to choose an IBO today. So let's go, guys.
Hello, Brookers! Today we are going to be doing a video on the top 5 things to look for when choosing an IBO, an independent business owner, in case you did not know what IBO stood for. Yes, definitely. Today we will be talking about things that you should be looking for as a prospective CSP when looking for an IBO. We want to be looking for excellent onboarding process. We want to be looking for an open door policy. We want to be looking for training. We want to be looking for bonuses, awards, and giveaways. We want to be looking for fees. So we're going to go over each of these categories. I actually wrote this article for our company's Facebook page, and I thought that I would go ahead and make a video about it because I just want to expound on it a little more. Number 1, an excellent onboarding process. From the start of the application to the official hiring letter, the process should be pleasant. Here at Foxbrook Ventures LLC, we understand that you may have questions, or there may be situations that have to be made a priority. So therefore, we aim to make sure you understand what's expected of you by your job opportunity as well as the company. And if your IBO isn't rolling out the red carpet or making you feel welcome to their team, consider that a red flag. Now, what I meant by this first passage is, when you start the process of registration, the process should not be long. It should not be overly drawn out. It should not be like pulling teeth. It should be painless as possible. You should have a full understanding of what's expected of you as an independent contractor, as well as what's expected from you from the client that you plan on servicing. You definitely want to have a full understanding of monetary value. When will you be paid? Things of that nature. You should have a full understanding of, everything that you would understand if you were coming into this job if it was brick and mortar. So just that initial onboarding process should definitely be as close to brick and mortar as possible. It should be just a really standard process of getting you in and making sure you totally understand what's expected of you. The second thing that we have here, number 2, is an open door policy. It's essential for a CSP to communicate with their IBO. If you can never seem to get anyone on the phone, or if your IBO is slow to return emails or messages, be very cautious. In this industry, communication is vital. So if a CSP doesn't have access to their IBO for their concerns or questions, then that is setting the CSP up for inevitable failure. At Foxbrook Ventures LLC, we are always just a phone call, a text, an email, or an instant message away. We invite all questions and concerns because that's how we grow as a team of people and as a company. Now, by that, I meant that exactly what I said. Communication is vital. When you're working from home, it's important to stay in a loop with your IBO as well as the IBO stay in the loop with you as far as concerned as bringing you new opportunities that you may be interested in, opportunities that are worth a little bit more money, as far as communicating, just making sure that you feel like you are doing well in whatever client that you're servicing, because we should care. Here at Foxbrook Ventures, we are very focused on making sure that you're successful. Because if you're not successful, we're not successful. So we are a team. You are not by yourself. Once you do contract with us, you do have a team of people here to help you. You are not alone. And I find that there are a lot of IBOs that literally hire, a CSP, and they just totally leave that CSP to their own devices. They're in their training class. They don't really know how to maneuver around their training class. They're having troubles getting into their systems for whatever client they're servicing, and there's just little to no help. So here we want to make sure that, We give you an open door policy. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to call, text, whatever you want to do. Just ask that question because it's a learning opportunity. It's a learning opportunity for you. This is your business. This is, your way of making a living. So if you're not asking those questions, then you're not going to be successful in the end, and that's what we want, is for you to be successful. So there's no such thing as a bad question. There's no such thing as a question that doesn't need to be asked. If you need to ask it, ask it. It's very important because you need to make sure that you understand everything that you're doing. So a good open door policy is great. Being able to just reach out and say, hey, I'm not having a good day, or hey, I think I need to take some time off because, I have things going on, or I may have taken another job. Whatever the case may be, you always want to be able to contact your IBO, let them know that, so that way you're not jeopardizing yourself for any future offers, or you're not just jeopardizing yourself at that moment in time. That's why an open door policy is very important. That's something that you definitely want to look for when you are choosing a IBO. Training. Training isn't a mandatory option by any means, so IBOs don't have to offer it. But it's a benchmarker when looking for the perfect IBO for you. You want to know that your IBO has additional resources in case you ever should need them. We offer additional training, workshops, as well as one-on-ones to make sure that you get a better understanding of your position. Whether it's mock calls or setting up your computer systems, we are here to help and to ensure that you get your issues resolved. Now, training is important because you want to make sure that you are doing the best job that you can do for the client that you're servicing. So if you have an IBO who just, as I stated, leaves you up to your own devices and you're not absorbing the material that they're trying to teach you in class, then you are sinking by yourself. And as I just stated earlier, you are not by yourself with Foxbrook Ventures, because we've got your back. We've got some training that we can do. We have other CSPs who are servicing who can help you in your training if you're not grasping all of the information. We have people who have done the same thing that you have done and can help you set up your systems, or we have workshops as well as one-on-ones. We have a lot of different options for you if you are not absorbing the information that you need from the class, because again, this is something that you've invested in. So once you've invested into it, you should be getting the most out of it. So that way you can, again, get the most out of it. So that's why we offer training, because as I stated, we want to make sure our CSPs are 5-star CSPs. We want to make sure we're giving out the top customer service that we can give. And so we do that by training, by making sure you are able to understand the material that's in front of you, by making sure you're able to understand your tools that are given to you by your client, by making sure you understand what your client is trying to train you on during your training sessions. A lot of the training sessions for the Arise platforms are short. They're not that long, because for what they train you to do, you should be able to grasp that information pretty quickly. But that's what they expect of you. Here at Foxbrook Ventures, we know that people are different. We know that everybody's skill set is different. We know that not everyone's going to come into the company having worked 17 years in customer service, different systems, working on computers. We know not everyone has worked from home before. We know that. And so that's another reason why we safeguard our CSPs by offering additional training. So that way, if you have just an hour in your day that you can take out, we will schedule that around your schedule. So again, this is something that's totally flexible to you. This is something that you have to take the initiative on. And this is where communication comes into play. If we don't know that you're not absorbing that information, because we get very little information back from your client, they don't really tell us what you're doing as far as your metrics and things of that nature. That's up to you to give us that information. We just see basically like at the end of the period, what you've done as a whole, and by then it's too late. So, communication is everything. You should be able to go to your IBO and say, hey, they pulled me to the side. They had a coaching with me. They said, these are the things I need to work on. Perfect. We'll work on those things with you and get you where you need to be. And once you get to where you need to be, that will take us into number 4, bonuses, awards, and giveaways. Bonuses, awards, and giveaways. The fun stuff. The IBO that you're working for should appreciate you. And you should be rewarded. Here at Foxbrook Ventures, we definitely feel that you should be rewarded for any efforts that you put forth. So, a question you should always ask any future IBO is, do you offer any performance-based incentives? Because that lets you know your company values your hard work. Here at Foxbrook Ventures LLC, we offer bi-monthly bonuses, awards for attendance, and improvement, giveaways for holiday and peak seasons. We offer these things because we want our CSPs to know that their hard work is not going unnoticed. And exactly as I stated here in this paragraph, we don't want you to go unnoticed. We see your hard work. We understand how hard it is to even get started by, paying the Wi-Fi bill, getting the computer. We understand all of those things. We understand how hard it is sometimes that if this is what you're trying to do full time and you're trying to get immersed into the world, I understand that, it can be a little hard starting off depending on if you ever had an experience or what your living situation may be. It can be stressful in the beginning, and it can be stressful down the road when you hit that 6-month mark, when you hit that first 1-year mark. It can be stressful then too. So what we like to do is we like to let you know that, again, you're not alone. We see you. We see that you have improved. So if you tell us that, hey, I got a coaching and this is something I needed to work on, you go ahead and you get a good survey back, and we see that your survey is at 100%, you are now, eligible for an award. We saw that you approved, so you would get an award with a placard in the mail for that improvement, because we want to let you know that congratulations, we see you and we see that you are able to take in the information and change. You can rise above your issues, which is awesome. Awesome. That's self-growth, and that is awesome. Performance-based incentives. Performance-based incentives are for our Gold Star CSPs. Gold Star CSPs are CSPs who are 100% on time for all of their schedules. They are 100% when it comes to getting their surveys. They are 100% with their personalities when it comes to helping out and just being available and being themselves. So that's how you get performance-based incentives. The first performance-based incentives, or the main performance-based incentive, is your attendance. Okay, so the last thing and the most important thing that we're going to discuss, thing number 5, that you should look for when you are selecting a IBO to perform under, are fees. Fees are very important. Fees are the most important thing in the discussion between the IBO and CSP. If an IBO doesn't disclose financial information, head for the hills. As a CSP, your time is valuable and you're working to make money for yourself, not to make someone else rich. That's what separates our IBO from the crowd. We are family oriented and we were built on trust and honesty as well as hard work. We understand the value of people. We know everyone's an individual, so we tailor our company around those principles. Now, fees. There are fees when you are joining the Arise platform. Some of the fees include, but are not limited to, your background check. You also have to pay to start training for the opportunity you want to work for. And to go over that, I've had people ask questions as to why do I have to pay to train. So you have to pay to train because you are not in a brick and mortar situation. You are a self-employed person. You are an independent contractor. So therefore, you are contracting this work by paying them the fee for the training. You are contracting your spot that you are going to be performing. And you will be being paid. You will be paid hourly, so you don't have to worry about that. But yes, it is important that you do pay the one-time fee for your training. Once you do pay that fee for your training, that is how you will start servicing your client. The fees range anywhere from $29 to $189. It just depends on the program that you are trying to service, and it just depends on what they have available at that time. Now, once you have paid those fees, you are now eligible to start servicing your client. You are now eligible to start making money. That is something that you should be able to speak to your IBO about at any time. When you are in the onboarding process, we talked about the onboarding process a little bit earlier, right here at the beginning, having an excellent onboarding process. During the onboarding process, that is a time where you go ahead and you discuss your fees and things of that nature. If they are not telling you what to expect as far as fees, if they are not telling you what to expect as far as, when you will get paid and questions of that nature, which are ultra important, then that is a sign that you may want to have a serious talk with your IBO, or start looking for another IBO that's more transparent for you. Now, I know I went a little long in this video, but I did just want to go over a few things so that we all had an understanding of what I meant when I put this article out. And I also wanted to put this article out and go through it verbatim, because I just wanted to let future CSPs know what they should be looking for when they are choosing an independent business owner. It's important to know these fundamentals when looking for an IBO, because there are a lot of CSPs who want to turn into future IBOs. So, it all starts with being a CSP. Once you start having a good experience under a good IBO, that will in turn help you on your road into becoming a great IBO. So therefore, it's important that you keep in mind all of these things when you are selecting an IBO, because that is going to determine, your IBO is going to determine your experience with the Arise program. If you are having troubles reaching them, if you're having troubles reaching out to them whenever you have an issue, if you are not understanding and you need some more training, or you need one-on-ones, if you're not feeling like you're appreciated, and you would like to join an IBO that offers bonuses, awards, and giveaways, these are all things that you should be looking for, and all questions that you should be asking when you are looking for your next IBO, guys. So this has been Chantel with Foxbrook Ventures. I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. We are on Facebook at Foxbrook Ventures LLC. If you look below in the description box, there will be a link to our Facebook page. If you guys have any questions, or if you're interested in choosing us to be your IBO, give us a call or send us a message. If it is after business hours, send us a message. We have an express application on our Facebook page that you can fill out just to give us some basics, so that way when we do give you a call back, we have some options for you that we can go over, as well as explain to you about the business. So thank you so much for your time, guys, and hopefully this has helped a lot in your journey to choosing an IBO. There will be more videos to this series. The next video that you guys can expect will be how to set up your home office. Like, what do you need? How much does this stuff cost? So, thank you so much for choosing Foxbrook Ventures LLC. Until the next time, guys, everyone stay blessed.